Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Power or Might. I, Jonathan Coachman, with Mike today, and with Paulie Dangerously, and and today on Dynamite. Today on Power and Might, we have a good show here today on Power and Might. Jonathan Coachman says yesterday on on Collision or Hit, we saw Xia Li keep the TWF 24/7 winnings for another day, and that was a good thing. But I guess I was, Jonathan. Xia Li happened to work hard to keep the TWF 24/7 winnings. However, the week did not go very well for you, did it, Paulie Dangerously? No, the week did not go well for me at all. I ended up having to fight Braun Strowman, and I shouldn't have had to fight him at all. I was never a wrestler, never a fighter. Hey, but that didn't stop Ric Flair from putting me in a match. So, if it's the last thing I do, I will get Ric Flair fired as the main overseer of the TWF, and hopefully we will get someone, hopefully we'll get someone who will know how to handle things right. Know how to handle things right. Paulie Dangerously says, well, you could always yield for your man Seth Rollins to come back, and he could always seek to win back the TWF heavyweight winnings from Braun Strowman, which I don't know how likely, that is going to happen, though. I don't know how likely that is, to happen, though. Jonathan Coachman says, yeah, well, at the end of the day, it is going to be likely. And it looks like they kind of got Braun Strowman missing. So it looks like they're going to have to take the strap off of him as soon as they put the strap on him. Yeah. Kind of a really bad move. Kind of a bad mood, to do. But hopefully we'll see where he's at. So it doesn't come down to that. Jonathan Coachman says, but now we got someone in the ring who is not happy with things either. I came this near to either winning the TWF heavyweight winnings, and I will win the TWF 24/7 winnings. So Xia Li, you are not as beatable, and you're not as unstoppable as you like folks to believe that you are, So why don't you come out here now? Hey, I know a fighting craft too. So why don't you come out here now? And I can win, the TWF 24/7 winnings from you. Ma, don't you feel so bold after coming back to WWE from AEW? And you think that I shall be frightened of you now, since you're no longer the man who wanted folks to pick a fight with you. hey, things never really quite went well wherever you went. I mean, you were what? You were, I guess you were in W. I guess you were what? An EPW, I guess. I don't know what you did there. The only thing you did in your time in WE was become a WE NXT heavyweight fighter, and you really didn't do anything much in your AEW run. Well, Xylee, I could say the same about you. That your run in WWE didn't really do much. And the only thing you may have done was start wars with Becky Lynch and wars of Lila Valkyria, which led you to not winning the WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight winnings. Even though, and now you're in TNA now, and what are you doing there? Yeah, I can say my time in WWE was a half bag. I was in NXT, and then I went on Raw, and then from Raw I went to SmackDown, and then I was fired. That's how it went. And in my 2-diff run, WFO and SmackDown for the, 2-wick time. But you didn't do anything really great in your time in NXT, or your time on SmackDown, your time on Raw. So, yeah, but at least I won something. Many times the TWF 24/7 winnings, something that you will never win. And I don't care if you call yourself Aleister Black or Malachite Black or whatever. I don't really care about that. Oh, so if you think you can beat me, then you'll put your strap on Row, and then we'll have a new TWF 24/7 fighter here today on Powerrr Mike. Well, it is very rare, not rare, to see the stand up to see the TWF 24/7 winnings on stake. This match is for the TWF 24/7 winnings. First, he is Aleister Black, and she is Xylee, the TWF 24/7 fighter. Meaning, well, we'll see how this match goes or not. Aleister Black right now, and sorry for the hands always being in the ring, there's nothing we can do about it. Aleister Black coming to Xylee, wanted to strike him. Oh, but Aleister Black got struck Xylee with one hit kick, and he's going to have her beat. One of the rarest times Xylee's going to lose, Jonathan Coachman says. What, to Aleister Black, Mike today said? He'd be getting lucky. Maybe it will be his lucky day. Mike today says, yeah, I don't really think that's going to happen, Paulie dangerously says. I don't think he's going to beat her. 1, 2, 3. He did. Ding, ding, ding. Well, here is your winner and the new TWF 24/7 fighter, Aleister Black. Well, it seems that Aleister Black is now the TWF 24/7 fighter. By beating Xylee, here today on Powerrr Mike. Jonathan Coachman says, well, yes, Mike today says, it looks like it was Aleister Black's lucky day, and he ended up beating Xylee, and he is now the TWF 24/7 fighter. But how long will we hold on to it, Mike today says. I don't know, Paulie dangerously says. Yeah, Aleister Black got lucky when he beat Xylee. But how long is he going to keep the TWF 24/7 winnings? We'll never know. Alright, take it away now, Mike Lane. Well, thank you, Jonathan Coachman and Mike today. I'm going to be talking with talking with Aleister Black here today on Power or Might. Alright, Aleister Black, you are now the new TWF 24/7 fighter. Did you know that this was going to happen today? No. To be earnest with you, I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought that I was going to lose, to be earnest with you. But I got lucky. And I hit Zia Lee. You know, I hit Zia Lee at the right time, at the right stead. I too know how to knock out folks. And now I'm the TWF 24/7 fighter. Well, it's true, Aleister Black. That's your first run in WWE. You were the WWE NXT heavyweight fighter when you were in NXT. When you went to Raw, you mostly just fought with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. And when you went to SmackDown, you had your wars with Buddy Murphy, and then Biggie Langston for being let go. And then during your time in AEW, you were in a House of Black, whatever that was. Now your two-whiff run in WWE or on SmackDown for the two-whiff time. And now you're warring with The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. Yeah. I didn't, and hopefully I'll win something one day there. But at least I know here in the TWF, I'm the TWF 24/7 fighter. It happened. Zia Lee picked the fight with the wrong man, and I ended up beating her. And if she wants to come after me for it again, well, I'll be ready for her. Well, you do know that Zia Lee has only lost a few times since being here in the Toy Wrestling Gathering, which isn't as many times as you would think. Yeah, I'm ready for her. If she comes after me, I will be ready for her. Well, that's my talk with Aleister Black. You know, the new TWF 24/7 fighter. Back to you, Jonathan Coachman and Mike today. Well, thank you, Mike Lane, for talking with Aleister Black here today on Power and Might. And that's all the time we got here for Power and Might. I, Jonathan Coachman, with Mike today and Paulie Dangerously, we hope you like Power and Might. And we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, or Moon Night Raw.